Hey, thanks for tuning in to KNN on the Chaotic Night Network. I am Chaos, joined by,
I am Denoctum.
and we are here to talk about all the news in the world of gaming today. Real quick, just so you guys know too, we do have a website, chaoticnight.com. You can find all our social media links there. And we are on YouTube as well. So if you miss any past episodes, want to catch what we've been talking about, feel free to go back and find our archives there. But we normally start off talking about Games Workshop, and I don't think this week's going to be any exception.
No, Games Workshop's got the Raven Guard and the Iron Hands. Well, Iron Hands came out last week.
It's actually in that bag right there.
That's no problem. It's conveniently close to us. So Iron Hands came out this week along with who was it?
The Raven Guard.
Raven Guard.
I was pretty excited about this book, actually.
I knew that it was the one that was.
They got their cool emo haircuts as shown on there, which makes them the best Space Marine chapter.
Too bad I like to have all my guys with helmets.
Yeah, all mine do too. But I got a chance to go through the book since it came out, and the only unit in the book, the only new rules for models is for Shrike, is the upgraded version of Shrike is in here. There's no specific unit types to them or anything like that, but they do have the typical, like all the stratagems, the new warlord traits, their own psychic powers, relics. They talk about successor chapters and how to use successor chapters with all of it, which is pretty neat. Like, I've always been one of those guys, like if I'm playing a Raven Guard successor chapter, I'm just doing it counts as Raven Guard army. But they have a stratagem that if you are a successor that, a true successor, and you still want to use one of the relics, you can pay a stratagem and get a relic still that way.
Oh, nice.
But that just seems really weird to me of saying I'm a Raven Guard or on this other chapter that is, in all intents and purposes other than color scheme, still Raven Guard, and it's going to cost me a command point for coming up with my own story and colors.
Sure.
Also, I want to use the Shrike model, so I will be playing Raven Guard just with purplish gray armor.
Okay.
Those look like Ultramarines. I saw that.
Yeah,
I was like, what
that's
is
just what I was saying.
doing
That's
here?
exactly what I was looking at.
Yeah, this is the Iron Raven successor chapter, and they're like a steel and blue. It actually looks a lot like
it's kind of cool looking, actually.
Kragan, who comes on here occasionally. It looks a lot like his chapter, his Steel Wolves that he did a long time ago.
Anyway, and so the only model in the whole book
That's
is
it.
him.
The only statted model is Kavan Shrike, and he's cool. Don't
I
get me
will
wrong.
tell you, his model is freaking cool.
The model's great. The rules are really good. He's a chapter master, so he gives units rerolls within 6 inches. And then he also has this thing called Winged Deliverance that gives your jump pack or Phobos units within 6 inches the ability to reroll charges.
Tell me about Phobos.
So Phobos are like your Reaver Space Marines.
Sure. Okay.
I believe the new troop choice, not Eliminators, Infiltrators?
Yep.
Infiltrators have Phobos armor as well.
Eliminators don't? Yeah, they do.
Eliminators might as well. They're
Yeah.
not a troop choice.
Okay.
And then Jump Pack, I think, does apply to like Inceptors and Suppressors as well. And so, I mean, that makes him a really neat choice for Primaris Army too. Although, to be honest with you, I'm kind of done with the old Space Marine models. Like I've painted.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I painted a
Dark
company
Angels.
and some shit. Oh, you started like going back.
I started going back through. I'm like, dude, all I have is the old ones, and I'm not playing those. Time to buy new
the
models.
scaled up new models are awesome. But rule-wise, I think he'd be really fun to play with a bunch of jump pack Marines, like old school jump pack Marines. And
Well, yeah.
yeah, like he gives some pretty good buffs. And they got some really great stratagems too that affect jump pack Marines. And just like there's a warlord trait you can give a non-strike model, but there's a warlord trait where you can advance and still charge.
Wow.
And I'm like, jump pack Marines I think move 12 or 14 inches already, and you're going to give me the ability to do that? Like, that's ridiculous. Turn 1 charges, Alpha Strike Army. But yeah, I like the Raven Guard. When the first Space Marine book dropped like 2 years ago or whatever it was, I started this color scheme that I'm working on. I've been working on our Primed and Ready show, and I loved it, but it was all airbrush work, and I don't want to do that to infantry models. And so with the contrast paints, I messed with it again. I got to go back and do the army I was dreaming of 2 years ago, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And so far, I've painted like 10 Reavers, 4 Intercessors, and then 1 Lieutenant. And I'm working on the 5th and final Intercessor for that one squad. But anyway, Raven Guard book looks solid so far. It gives you a lot of good choices. It definitely fits the theme of the army. There's things like give like units -1 to shoot at you, which they already get if they're in cover. Yeah, just fun stuff. Raven Guard jump pack unit stratagem. Until the end of the phase, they can charge even if they advance that turn. And when a charge made is rolled, add 1 to the result.
So are these supplements worth it? I know they've announced
if you're
2 more
into
now,
the army, yes,
Okay.
I think they are. Like I'm into the Raven Guard. I'm into ninjas and power armor because that's what it is. So yeah, I think they're really worth it for that. I haven't read the Iron Hand ones yet. I haven't seen the White Scars one yet. Still, I know the Ultramarine ones we've looked at. Imperial Fist, I have some interest in because I have a painted Imperial Fist army, all the old school Marines.
And they've announced that Imperial Fist and
Salamanders
as the next supplements. Yeah.
And we've seen character models. And then we've also seen on Psychic Awakenings, we've seen the new Jane's R model's been revealed, which that is awesome. I'm working on
that model's fantastic, by the way. I looked at that and I should have put a picture up of that.
We need a picture of that next to the old one.
And I have it.
Oh man, it's just world of difference. The 80s big hair is gone. The new Jane's R model's great.
I don't know if the big hair is gone.
Well,
it just flows much better on the model.
Less hairspray.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, Pokey. Long overdue.
Yeah.
So we got that. And then I think what's coming is I think we're going to see the missing Phoenix Lord, who is the guy who started the Incubi. I think that's coming too. Strangely, I painted a dark umber last week, so getting ready for all these things.
For the. We don't even have any clues on when that's dropping.
No, not yet. So, but I'll say this. So this week we have Beastgrave dropping, and all the accessories for Beastgrave, new tokens, all that. We talked about it a lot last week, so I'm not going to dig too deep into Beastgrave this week.
It looks good. They're getting rid of Season 1 cards. You can still play all the old war bands, and all the unique cards can be played. But just like we talked about last week, but just so we can kind of get a little catch up. But Beastgrave is changing the game quite drastically, actually. You got a new plane that we're coming on. We're getting out of the Spire.
Yep.
And going into the bestial realms or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And there are some definite rule changes that are coming with the game. So
they are doing a thing like Magic does, though, where they're going to be doing seasons of play, like different formats of play.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Yep. So that's been announced too. So if you want to play with all the cards, then you can play with all the cards. If you want to use a band list, I mean, there's different levels of their, just like Magic does with like Legacy versus Modern versus Standard. So we're going to see that.
Should be good. I don't know if we'll see.
So
I'll bite my tongue and then we'll see.
Next week we got 3 pretty cool books coming out for Age of Sigmar. We have the Oryx book, which is going to combine the Bone Splitters and the Iron Jaws into a single army book. So the Orcs will be brought back under one banner, and there will be rules for playing them both separately and together as a Great Wog. And then there's another book coming out, which is their most ambitious book for this, which is called Cities of Sigmar. And Cities of Sigmar has all of the old world Empire, Dwarves, High Elves, and Dark Elves all under one book. It might have the Wanderers too. I don't remember if I saw those in there.
They might be doing a new thing for that though, with that going on. So sorry about that.
And there's going to be rules once again for playing faction based. So like if you just want an Elven army, you can have an Elven army. Or if you want to play them all under one big grand alliance, you can have that as well. And that's coming next week as well. And then the third book is a new rule book that is going to incorporate a bunch of rules that have come out in campaign supplements and have it all in one easy to get location.
I still like when they do that. I think some people call that money grabbing. I've seen a bunch of stuff online where they call it. I like having
I'm going to say this, people who say that.
I like having the books in one place.
It's not for everybody, right? Like if you want to haul 8 books to the because okay, if you're Ash of our RPG out of the box show and you hate spending money on gaming stuff, and you're
he wouldn't have the other books anyway.
That's probably
so it doesn't matter.
But if you're that type of player who's like, there's nothing new in this book for me. There's nothing new. I'm not going to have it. And you don't mind breaking your back hauling 7 big books to a game, go for it. That's your prerogative. Go for it. No one's going to be mad at you for doing that. But I'm all about convenience over that. So it's like, okay, if I can buy a book that has everything in it, and I don't have to haul 7 books with me. I can take 1 book with me. Then I'm totally buying that.
Yep, so, I agree. I think those are great deals. Like when they did Necromunda. I know a lot of people complained. And
anybody who claims they never pay for convenience, get rid of your car and walk everywhere because you're paying for gas.
Yeah.
So
some good releases. I don't think anything. Beastgrave's going to be big.
Yeah.
And then the books in the following week, which we'll detail when we get those in.
Yep.
But,
I love Age of Sigmar.
Yeah,
so I like seeing more stuff come out.
I like the fact that they're going to redo the old armies, and I'm actually super curious as to what that's going to look like.
It makes me want to break out my Iron Jaws and start painting on them.
Not me.
But I'm working on goblins right now. So
I'm sticking with my projects that I have. I'm not doing it.
That's what I'm trying to do too. I'm only working on 4 armies for Warhammer games right now.
I have Infernals and I have Ultramarines. In fact, I shelved my Dark Angels, though I'd really like to paint them. But
I'm working on my Raven Guard and my Eldar. Dark Eldar was just a test model. I'm not actually working on that army yet. And I'm working on Gloomspite Gits and Beastman.
Crucible Guard.
I said Games Workshop games.
I know.
I'm
just throwing
I am working on
projects.
Crucible Guard is my next project. I'm going to be building models tonight actually. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for Games Workshop right now, which is still a lot of stuff coming.
Yeah.
We got Throne of Eldraine dropping pre-release this weekend.
Pre-release is this weekend. Make sure you visit your local game store for it. I had a nice conversation with the WPN this week because there was some confusion, I think, among the announcements they made and went out to game stores on collector's packs, booster packs, and if you haven't heard of those, I'm sure you will. You can look them up. They are a booster pack that they're releasing with Throne of Eldraine that is super ultimate, if you will. It's got a rare, mythic rare, full art card that will be foiled. I think it's got like 9 or 10.
Yeah, it's either a rare or a
it.
mythic rare full art card.
Full art foiled.
Yep.
Then there's uncommons
in every pack.
And it's every pack.
And we are seeing we're seeing these packs. There's no MSRP anymore. Wizards did away with MSRP.
Dumb, but
and so like the big companies out there, the cheapest I've seen it at the big companies is like $33 for a booster pack.
Yeah, and I think you'll see it a little more at LGS's, but
yeah, I think
they're gonna get it
35 is the normal.
Yeah,
they're super limited.
They're super limited.
Well, even Card Kingdom said they're only selling 4 packs per person.
Right. Because they're limiting these. These are supposed to be collector's packs, and so it's honestly it's a money grab for Wizards. I think I'm not gonna say it's the worst thing they've ever done because they don't touch the collector's planeswalkers that you can only get at Hasbro or wherever you could do that, and now on eBay and all kinds of garbage. So I don't think it was that bad, but it is. They are throwing some of them at players for free. Game stores, local game stores get a certain number, though they will not commit to what that number is.
We'll get them basically Friday.
Yeah, well, yeah, and they're behind on shipping, which is fine. But and if you pre-release a booster box of Throne of Eldraine, then you should get one pre-order. Not did I say pre-release? Pre-order and prepay. That's the idea behind these packs. Is how it was explained to me from the WPN. Now, game stores are allowed to do what they would like to do with them. There's leeway. The rule is you can't sell those boosters that they gave you for free. But they are exactly the same as the ones that we're getting in the following week at $33 to $40 a booster, whatever your stores are charging for those. So they look cool. They look fun. I know a lot of our players, our community's engaged in that and excited, and they want that. And I have to say that I haven't seen it drive sales for booster boxes, which I'm guessing that's what Wizards was trying to shoot for, at least here locally. It hasn't blown out our booster box sales in pre-release weekend. So I wouldn't say that that's doing that. I think a lot of players are also hoping that there are some left after the pre-release pre-sale boxes, which we did actually at our LGS for the first time.
Yep.
I believe it's the first time.
Yep.
And so anyway, check out the collector's boosters. Again, it's mostly foils, so that's great. Even the common and uncommon cards in them, I believe, are foiled that you'll see. And so they're really cool. They're different. They're going to be neat. You can look up all about them online. How they're distributed is not online, however. And so, again, we got some clarification from the WPN themselves.
And there's still the buy a box cards too, though.
Yeah, you still get the buy a box card night with that. So the collector's booster is just something to sweeten the pot. And again, I think it was something to try to entice people to do, because again, they said we wanted to encourage stores to do pre-sales pre-order, so you pay for the box and then you get this. But they have given the leeway to the local game stores to do with them what they please. Just don't sell them. The ones you can sell come the following week, and again, those are heavily allocated to the game stores, and I believe it's like 12 boosters per box, and there are 16 cards, I think, in every booster.
Something like that.
So,
and
anyway,
if you guys
cool.
if you've never played in a pre-release before, they're a really fun event. You show up, they're usually about $25. It covers the cost of 6 packs. You get a spin down die promo card.
Yep.
You build your deck out of that. 40 card deck minimum, whatever cards you draft that you have in your packs. If you happen to get 5 or 6 of the same common, you are allowed to play that. Normally
it's a sealed event, so typical sealed rules, and then
and it's just a lot of fun.
And they've opened it up to Friday Night Magic now. So I don't know how many stores are doing that. We do that here locally, but a lot of, Friday night you can start playing around 3:00 is when they say you're allowed to start selling those booster boxes.
So that's
it'll be exciting. That's this weekend. So tune in for it. If you're a Magic player, don't miss it. Of course, you probably have it already on your calendar, or you've already signed up for the event. So make sure you do that at your local game store. Throw in a bell drain. Let us know what you think of it too. You've seen a ton of spoilers. I think probably every card's spoiled at this point. And then once you play it, let us know how your event went over the weekend. Again, on our chaoticnight.com website, you can email us there, or leave us a message on Twitter or Twitch, or on YouTube. You can comment on a video or something like that.
Privateer Press is moving warehouses right now. So
they are. They're in the middle of a major
freeze
move
for ordering.
And so it's. I talked to the rep today, and they're not technically frozen. So I told Chaos yesterday, and so I talked to our rep today, and he said, well, that's not technically the truth, but we're not shipping anything out right now because we're way behind. So I don't know, however you want to phrase it, but they're getting caught up. But he assures me that everything should be firing on all cylinders, plus 7 more once they get the new building up and running, which we're pretty excited about because we got a lot of players into the Warma Hordes going on right now, and a couple of their other side games. Right.
Our LGS, we have Heroic Realms. We have some games going right now for the Journeyman League, so people are. A
lot of fun. I got a chance to throw down with Infernals last week. With probably one of the better players in our community, and he kind of trounced me in turn 1.
That's
but
Cole.
Man,
Cole kicked my butt on the air here the last time we aired.
Yeah, that was Cole. Yeah, and so we played 50 points. We didn't play 0, but it wasn't as lopsided as it felt in turn 1, and a lot of that was from their ability to summon.
Right.
Those critters,
I know
horrors back.
The horrors,
so that was really cool.
The horrors are like, they have less health boxes. They die a little faster.
They do.
But you get to bring them back. So
they can come back. And, turn 1, his first move, he took out a heavy and a light in one go. And but I was back on the board with both of those things back up. And I think I summoned a heavy 3 times. Wow. I just need more guys to kill. So I can summon more dudes.
Get cultist units.
Well, and also plan my beginning strategy better so I'm not in charge range. But it was great to be back into that game. Looking forward to the Oblivion campaign that we're going to run here.
Yep.
And we'll definitely do some reporting.
We want to, the goal with that is to find 2 people who have fully painted armies, and we're going to film all 11 scenarios of the campaign all the way through. I think is what it is. So
a lot of fun. That'll be exciting actually to see on the show.
And we're getting all caught up too. If you guys follow our YouTube channel, we are getting caught up on the realms on there. We had some technical difficulties on getting a few of the videos uploaded, something corrupted in the sound, so we're having to remaster those and get them back up there. But our production team is working hard on that. Anything else new this week we need to worry about?
Games-wise, I don't think so. Shadowrun comes out, I think, early next month or middle next month, and so we'll be doing that. We may be making some changes. Let's maybe talk about that briefly to the show scheduling. So, maybe not yet.
We already moved RPG out of the box at 7:00 on Monday.
That's
from 7:30.
Not worried about that.
They are running. And they started Shadowrun 6th edition. Yeah, it
was good. It seemed to be popular with you guys out there in the audience. Had a lot more watchers last night, so that was really good. So maybe Shadowrun is a thing that we need to commit more.
Maybe we need to do more Shadowrun.
Yeah.
I don't know, chat. What do you think? More Shadowrun? More Shadowrun? Yeah.
I don't know if that many people watch this show is the thing. So we'll see how that goes. But we will not be having immersion tonight.
Not tonight.
I'm not feeling too hot, as you probably can hear in my voice, and we're also missing Morden, who is out on a business trip and will return next week.
Yep. So we decided rather than try to sub a player in, We got a yes for more Shadowrun, so there we go.
Bias. No immersion tonight, but that will return next Tuesday. So check that out. The Realms is coming to you tomorrow. They'll be back. Everybody said how creepy it was, how we ended last week, but I heard a lot in the chat that said that. But we'll see what happens when they investigate Crichton's bloody body.
And of course, we got primed and ready Tuesday through Thursday.
Oh yeah,
Tuesday through Friday, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Okay, so Argo, you bring up a good point. So I run a Shadowrun game on Monday nights, and I got my group to concede to being audio recorded. They don't want to be on camera, but we're gonna try to start doing a podcast.
Yeah, we're actually talking about doing a Shadowrun game where people actually want to be on film. We'll podcast that one, which is obviously a great game, but they're a bunch of wusses.
I got one guy like is like I totally do camera, and everyone else is like meh.
Probably some great role players, and they don't want to be on camera. Blah on you guys, because that would be a great thing to watch. It would be a great show to watch.
It would be. If we could figure it out, 6 players. That's hard too.
Yeah, they do a lot of sideboarding. Yeah,
we do a lot of.
But we may bring it somewhere else, so that's kind of in the works. So again, give us your input on that if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing.
And then we're talking about some. Not all campaigns go on forever, and when campaigns end, we bring other things in. So
yes, absolutely.
But yeah, we've had a lot of good talks on that, and yeah, I mean. All campaigns, everything we got 3 campaigns going on our show right now. Are dynamic and things change. So
yep. Well, it's exciting. I think it'll be exciting.
Yeah, it should be good.
But if you want to see Shadowrun, then again, kind of let us know because that's what we'd be looking at. Maybe adding to the stream, adding to the network. So
I'd love to do Shadowrun games.
Wednesdays are Realms. You got Primed and Ready Tuesday through Friday at 2 o'clock. Check that out. That's been a lot of fun for me to watch and stuff at work, especially.
Bastion, I'm sorry, there's no show tonight. You must have missed our announcement. We have Denactum is like sick and his voice is kind of shot a little bit, and we're missing one of the mics tonight too. So we decided to hold off being down basically 2 players. And nobody wants to sit next to Denactum when he's sick because no one else wants to get it.
Yeah, and I said I'd play, but we are missing a player, and we are kind of going into a pretty important part of the fight.
Yeah.
So we will have immersion coming to you next Tuesday and pick up where we left off. But yeah. I'm
so sorry. I really am.
Now I feel like we should maybe change our mind.
I did a bunch of prep. No, people said they don't want your cooties, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'm really not feeling so hot. So.
Team Dava said they didn't want to get sick.
So anyway, and more so, we don't have Morden tonight.
We don't have Morden tonight.
He's on a business trip, and so I think that was a bigger play. We had a player ready to sub in for him, but
it's not the same. And
it's a crucial moment. I think it's a crucial deal. We don't want to mess with it.
So we will bring immersion back next Tuesday. It'll be a really exciting episode, I think.
I'm actually kind of disappointed, but I think it will play better if we have Mike back too. So
yeah, I think so too. And we're building to a climactic end of Act 2, so it should be a lot of fun.
So so what else we got? Saturday.
Saturday's nothing. Saturday's a day of rest for us.
And Sunday is Dungeon Delvers.
We hang out and play games in our LGS and support the local.
Sometimes we film them. Sometimes you'll see a film, but
those go on YouTube later.
I don't foresee it this week, but yeah. But those are when we do our battle reports for YouTube. You betcha.
Yep. All right, guys. I think it's a short show tonight. But thanks for tuning in. I do apologize again for no immersion tonight, but we will be back next week. And if you missed last night's RPG Out of the Box showcasing the Shadowrun 6th Edition starter set, go back and check it. It's still on Twitch. Feel free to follow us here, of course. Subscribe if you haven't. It's September, so subscriptions are half price right now. You can help support your favorite streamers, help us provide more content for you. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, so drop us a follow, drop us a subscription, Twitch, Twitter, even on Facebook, whatever you want to do. And we will see you next Tuesday at 6 o'clock.
Yep, and we'll see you guys here tomorrow at 2 o'clock for Prime Ready, or tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the Realms.
7 o'clock for the Realms.
7 o'clock, sorry, wow.
We will see you. Thanks for tuning in tonight.